This gold deposit is worth the same amount as the 7-star hotel in Dubai. If we get Felix, assuming he's an average sized male with a body volume of 75 litres, and we place him next to a gold deposit, we can see that it fits easily 5 men. So at the current price of gold, this deposit is worth around $950 million, which got me thinking, if you could sell everything within a biome, which one would make you the richest? Let's start with the lower class biomes, the Northern Raceway, which has a value of $2.04 million. So how did I come to this number? First, the land. In my area, farmland sells for around $450,000 per hectare. The North Raceway covers about 4 hectares, so that's $1.8 million already. Wrecks and bases around the biome add value too. The wrecks will be valued as if it were titanium scrapped by an industrial grade scrapyard. This pays around $5,000 per ton of titanium. And abandoned bases will be considered as underwater resorts, which I will be valuing based off of the Muraka underwater villa, which has a $15 million construction cost. To value the resources, I place the character next to every deposit and node in the game to roughly measure them in liters. Then, I convert the liters into weight to find the price of these resources in real life. The equipment lying around also adds some value. It would be such a minimal amount, but I'll add $1,000 for each piece of Altera equipment in the biome. This biome has 7 pieces. And if we add all of this together, we get our estimated cost of the biome, $2.04 million. And now we can do the same for our other 4 lower class biomes, the South Raceway, the Blighted Coral, the Anemone Hills, and the costliest of the lower class, the Shallows, at $20 million. Now let's talk about our first middle class biome, the Lead Zone. The Lead Zone occupies roughly a 200 meter by 150 meter area, or 3 hectares. The land would cost $1.35 million. The biome contains one very large wreck, which could easily surpass 500 tons, so $2.5 million. All of the resources in this biome came to a total of $55.9 million, and 4 pieces of equipment, adding $4,000 to the total, brings the total of our cheapest middle class biome to $59.75 million. The other 2 middle class biomes are the Plateaus at $122.33 million, and the Tufa Towers at $180 million. Now we enter the billion-dollar territory. These are the upper class biomes, with the first being the Root Canyon, which has a value of $8 billion, about the value of the Large Hadron Collider. The observatory is worth $14.12 billion. This would be the same value as the world's largest aircraft carrier. And our second most expensive biome is the power plant, with $9 billion worth of infrastructure and totals at $28 billion. About the same price as the world's largest hydroelectric power plant. And with all other biomes valued, we are left with the most expensive biome in Subnautica 2. The Graveyard. Sitting on 12 hectares of land, the estimated cost of land comes to $5.4 million. The Graveyard contains one very large wreck, roughly $2.5 million of scrap, and 3 underwater bases, worth $45 million. 19 pieces of equipment are lying around, which I'm sure now you can see why they're almost a non-factor, but that's $19,000 added. And finally, the resources. As we discussed earlier, the value of one gold deposit is just shy of $1 billion. There are 74 deposits in this biome. There's also 57 gold nodes, worth $100 million each. So with all of the gold and other resources added together, finally, add our other values on top, and we get a grand total of $75,493,347,950. With this, you could buy 630 Boeing planes, or 50 Burj Khalifas, or nearly even a full tank of gas. Probably not. Honestly, going into this, I thought perhaps the power plant or the observatory with all of the alien infrastructure was going to be the most valuable. but the gold deposits in the graveyard simply blow everything else out of the water. Pun intended. Peace.